Per usual, everything on this channel is for educational purposes only and is not intended as financial advice. Let's talk about charting and technical analysis within Kraken Pro. In this tutorial series sponsored by Kraken. So within the platform here, you've got two options for charting. You've got a simple chart view as well as trading view. Trading view, obviously, my preferred method here. And you can also fully customize the entire charting window here. And let's say, if you think this is too busy, we can tuck this here. I'm just dragging and dropping on my cursor there. We can reformat some of the sizing here, just dragging and dropping the windows themselves here on the panes. We can also just make this full screen, maximize that there. So let's say we wanted to change some of the colors here. I like black and white, everything. I know some people prefer brighter colors. I want the scales to be quite large. Let's make the crosshair white too. We can also make the line like that white. And then if we wanted to, we could get rid of the decimals completely, or for alts, it's useful, to have 8 decimals or whatever in the sats format that you'd like there if you're in the BTC denominations. Time zone also fairly important, considering crypto closes at 7 or 8 p.m. EST daylight savings time. So as far as using line or candles, you'll see that in the box here. Hikanashi, haven't used that one in a minute. Kind of interesting to look at. More of a trend following indicator. All of your time frames are in the quick select box here as well. And if we want to switch from linear to log, you right click the scale here and switch that to log. So let's go back to the candles here. Also on the chart, you'll notice, you'll see your orders here where you can move them up and down just by dragging and dropping. You can change the orders in this order box here if you want. I like to see the orders on the chart. Very useful. But if you don't want to see the orders on the chart, you can hide your positions. If you're margin trading, we can get rid of these green arrows here. Trade history, your last 1,000 trades will show up on the chart. That way, if 6 months from now you're wondering, what was I doing when it looked like Bitcoin was going to break out or break down? Was I buying or selling? You can also take a screenshot of this and share it with your friends and say, I bought the bottom or I sold the top, right? There's also an order form preview button here. That way on the order form, it'll show you on the chart where those sells or buys may be. For some people that might be a little too busy, so you can always just deselect that. We've also got all of the drawing tools at our disposal here. As you'd see on TradingView, pitchforks, for example, a house favorite of mine, available here along with everything else, fibs, and so on. And those, of course, can be completely customized to look however you'd want them to look. And if you're familiar with TradingView, you know how to add indicators. But if you're not, in this button here, we can look for Ichimoku Cloud, for example. That's already available. And then if we wanted to change the settings, because obviously we'd want to use the best settings we can. And also within those settings, we can change the colors as well. I like to kind of brighten up the background of the cloud there. Nice and juicy Fred Flintstone, bright colors here. Get rid of the lagging span. Usually I like to make this a little brighter too. The TK lines here, a little bit more stark. Make those thicker as well. So you can have fun with it. You can Bob Ross it up or whatever you want to do here and easily select between the time frames. You can, I'm dragging the scale here, double clicking it will lock the scale. And we can switch between all of our charts here and it'll save all of our settings. And we won't have to reapply those settings on every chart, which is extremely helpful. Just as another quick example, again, you could draw out all of your favorite TA, right? If we think this is just control dragging this to duplicate the line. If we think this is an ascending triangle, which I certainly think it is, we can just measure that out as we would on TradingView. And then we can have it directly on the chart if we're looking for specific levels. We can place our sell orders obviously within those levels on the chart, which is super helpful. So let's say we found a level we like, we want to sell limit 3,000, and they have a convenient percentage slider bar here. And so we want to sell, I don't know, $500 worth of USD, 35%, that's too much. Let's move to 25 here. Hit the sell button. You'll see it confirm here. the bottom right. You'll see it on the chart, and you'll also see it in your open orders section. And again, you can edit those orders directly from that panel there, or you can edit it on the chart, right? So if we're feeling confident that this might go higher, or we want more orders within our selected range, we can move that around, obviously. So that's all I have for this one. Like, dislike, comment, share, and subscribe.